Hey YouTube, Scott up front. How you doing today? We're in the garage getting ready to do some more work on the Jeep, getting it ready for paint. Sent out a sticker to a fellow YouTube channel that puts them underneath the hood of his Jeep, and he sent some back to me, and I got them in the mail today. I try to keep my channel a little kid friendly, try to keep the cussing to a minimum. He doesn't, so forgive the French on this, but it's from Bullshit Corner on YouTube, and it's MFBT. Mother effing beer time. Well, thanks to the sticker guy, and as soon as I can get the Jeep painted and everything done, I'll put one underneath the hood, and I'll put one on my fridge as well out here in the garage. If you want to see a video on LS swap and Raptor Liner, you can check out his channel, again, YouTube, Bullshit Corner. Till then, I'm going to get going. Filmed this a little earlier, the video, the sound's not too good on it. My primary camera died, unfortunately, and I've got things patched, so hopefully that'll all work out. Until then, remember, you fix the Jeep fixes you. Like, subscribe, and follow, and have a blessed day. One of the first things on the list to do is to drill a new hole for the rocker skid into the front fender, and that's what I'm doing right here. Soon after this, we're going to start digging into removing the front cowl so we can take off the lights, and that should be coming up right about now. Now I'm not going to show you me taking all the screws out of the cowl, taking the cowl off, but here it is, the last little part, lifting it off. I had to do this to cut the wires for the lights. Then I had to put the cowl back on, so here we are back to installing it. Then that's done. We got to unbolt the lights, pull the wires out of the cowl. Getting ready to mark another thing off the list. Now, from this point, we're taking the footman loop off the front of the Jeep. We've already got the bump stops off the hood, so we're going to move on to this pretty quickly. Now I'm not going to lie, this part really, truly sucked. Ended up having to break a wrench in half, re-weld it together, cut another wrench in half, trying to get the very back of these off, back bolt. You had to go in through a little access cover behind the fender, so now that I had installed the fenders, I had to stop, take the fenders off to do this. So this took a lot longer than I anticipated, but that's what you got to do. The fenders had to come off anyways, so oh well. Okay, this last bolt on my rockers pretty much wrote it on. There's no way to get it off. So, cut, again, cut weld, and I had weld the Allen wrench to button head. Now, if you ever have to take decals off a vehicle, I highly recommend these erasers. Take the vinyl off real quick. They don't leave any marks on the paint. They don't tear up the paint. do a really good job. When you're done, you just wipe them off and call it good. I went back over this to get the rest of the residue, but then this is done. I went and did the rest of the decals. Jeep is now almost naked. Now at this point we're taking the front bumper and the winch off the Jeep. Part of it is so we can bed line and paint the front bumper and also do some mods to it and make it easier for him to paint the grill. One of the problems I noticed, you can see me with some WD-40 here, is I had an aluminum shackle holder on the end of my winch line, and the pin in that had corroded, rusted, and froze in there, would not come out. So we soaked it with a little WD-40 and then tapped it, got in there with some needle nose pliers, and was able to finally get it out. But if you have one of those thimbles on the end of your winch line, I'd recommend doing some maintenance on them. Also, for the mods, what we did is I welded some light tabs onto the front of it and up on the top of the hoop, and then on the back side I welded 2 nuts where the license plate goes so that I can unbolt the license plate without putting a wrench on the back side. Also added my rock lights that were underneath my front fenders. They are now on the front bumper as well. Here I am fabbing up a bracket to mount on my rear basket on the swing out bumper for my second Rotopax. I have one on one side already, but it was time to put a second one on there before the back bumper gets bed lined and taken care of. I didn't show any of the brackets for the front bumper getting made, but oh well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Bit more. As always, like, follow, subscribe. Have a blessed day. Remember, you fix the Jeep fixes you.